So this is the part 2 of the beginner series of Unreal Engine 5. So I already made the part 1 of this beginner series tutorial. You can go to the playlist and you can check the part 1. So today we will talk about light system of Unreal Engine 5. So when you create your project for first time, you will see something like that. So what you can do, you can just remove the sky of this thing because we really don't need those things. You can remove everything. Instant foliage, I will leave the floor. So now I will show you how you can create light. So the easiest way to create light in Unreal Engine 5 is you have to go to the windows and then you have to go to the environment light mixer, and then what you have to do, you have to just press all this button and your sky system is done. So now you can see we have a sun and we have all the atmosphere, fog and everything in this one. And what you can do, you can just move this thing to a folder. So you have to just right click on this one, select everything, move to create new folder, and you can name this thing light. We have the volumetric clouds and everything, and if you want to change something, then you have to just select on the directional light, and then in the detail panel you can change the intensity of the light and other things, the color and everything. Okay, so most of the time you will change the intensity of the light, the source angle, the soft angle, and this volumetric scattering intensity. Okay, so I will show this thing later what all the settings do. And to change the time, or if you want to change the direction of the sun, so what you have to do, you have to press Control, hold Control and then L, and then you can rotate the mouse like this and your sky will change the color and everything. Suppose if you want an afternoon shot, then you can just go down like this and you will get a sunset shot like this. So now this is the one way to get light in your scene. The other way is to use HDRI. So to enable HDRI, you have to go to the plugin and then you have to use HDRI and then you have to enable this thing. So when you enable this thing, you will get a restart pop-up, restart your engine, and then what you have to do, you have to go to your place actors and you will get the option of this in the window tab. So you have to click on this one and then you have to click on place actors. You will get something like this. You have to just write HDRI and you have to drag drop this. Okay, so now you can see we have a HDRI. There we have the lights also, but with the HDRI you will see one problem, that you can't really change the light, or you can say the sun of this thing. So in order to use the Unreal Engine light system and HDRI both together, what you have to do, you have to just remove the skylight, because we already have a skylight in the HDRI, so you really don't need the extra skylight or it will create some issues. So I would recommend you to just remove that thing. Then we also don't need the volumetric clouds. We need sky atmosphere, we need exponential height fog, and then this one. Okay, so if you enable this thing, now you can see we can change the light of this stuff. In order to use this thing properly, what you have to do, suppose if you close the HDRI, just hide the HDRI, and then you have to just go to the Control L and just try to match the, so if you see in this HDRI, the sun will be in this area. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to just bring your Unreal Engine sun to this location and then you have to enable your this thing. Okay, so now you will get a proper sunlight from that direction and you will get a proper shadow or anything. Okay, so now you can see we are getting the shadows, but if you just use HDRI without using directional light, you see you will not get any kind of shadows. You will get some shadows. I'm not saying that you will not gonna get any kind of shadow. You will get shadows, but if you want some kind of sharp shadows, then it is better to use a directional light. So you have to just add the directional light and you have to just place the directional light at the location of the sun of your HDRI, and then you will get this type of thing. So now if you want to change the direction of the sun, then what you can do, you can just go to this one, HDRI backdrop, select this one, Control hold and then select the direction light, and then what you can do, press E on your keyboard. You will get this option, rotate option. You have to rotate the whole thing. So now you can rotating the HDRI also and you're getting the proper shadow casting. So like this you can change the shadows, and if you want to change the sharpness of the shadow, then what you can do, you can just go to the source angle and you can just increase the source angle. So you can see the shadows are getting blurred out a little bit. So if you make it 0, then it is sharp, and if you make this thing 5, it will become blurry and it will give you very good looking results by this one. So you can change the settings, and there we have the exponential height fog. You have to just go to the detail panel and you will get something called fog density. You can increase the fog. You see, you will notice in the trees that it is getting foggy and you can, like this, you can change the intensity of the fog like that. Okay, and there you will get a second fog data. So this is the second fog. So if you increase this thing, you will get more shadow in the background. So basically this one is, the upper one is the whole area fog, and the second fog data is the background fog. So if you increase this one, you will see that your background will become more foggier. So you can change the value of this thing, and there is a height option. So if you increase the height, you can see the fog is covering the whole area like that. So it depends how you want your fog to look like. So I will just reset everything. You can change whatever you want to do. You have to enable this thing also, because if you didn't enable this thing, it will create weird bluish tint fog. So it is better to enable this one. And then if you enable, and then if you change the intensity, you can see this is creating a proper fog, and like this you can change the intensity of this thing. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. I think it will help you, and thank you for watching.